Look at some of the really cool features of the S Pen. Let's go into, this is one of my favorite features. We're going to go into S Planner. Okay, so here's S Planner, and here's a really cool thing that you can do with it. If you go into edit mode, you can actually get a lot of those. You can actually draw on the calendar, which is super cool. And of course, this doesn't really sync with anything, so it's only useful if you're using it on the Galaxy Note 2. But it's just really cool to be able to actually do that with a calendar, because you can't really do that on any other device. So you can highlight stuff, you can circle stuff, put happy faces when, various things happen. That's one really cool feature. Another cool feature is that if we go into the email app, which is over here, we can write directly into emails. So if we go to create a new message, and sometimes this, go down here, you can actually write into a message, or you can sign your name. And what this does is, as far as I know, it converts it to basically an image. So the person on the other end will get an image, kind of like a digital signature. Now there's a lot Samsung has done with the hover capability. Now on the original Note, you could turn on the ability to see the mouse pointer, right, when you move around on the screen. But Samsung has taken this a step further. So for example, you can hover over an email, and if you hover long enough, you get a little preview. And this works in a lot of different places, like in the photo gallery. Problem here is that you can't really specify the time, right? So sometimes it takes 3 seconds. Sometimes you get into a good little rhythm here and it kind of opens up a lot quickly. Some other cool things you can do is you can double tap on the screen while holding the button and get a note anywhere. And this is kind of like the pop-up view style thing, right? So you can start, you can write, you can go back to your home screen. Let's say someone has called you and you want to write down a phone number. You can kind of keep this on your screen as long as you want, or you can expand and go, you can go into the full S Note application, which many people are used to. And close it from there. Another cool thing that Samsung has done, and we're going to go back into the email app. I know we're jumping around a lot, but there's a lot to show you. A camera person might be getting heavy hands. Another thing you can do, we've got to find an email with a link. All right, we found an email with a link. Click on the link, and we've got this new thing called Web Everywhere, right? So if we tap on that, we have it always open. We will get an actual pop-up screen, so you don't have to leave the email application. Let's say someone sent you a link to somewhere, and you still want to read the contents of the email. You can still do that, but now you can have this awesome pop-up view. Samsung really expanding upon this paradigm where you can have information sort of presented on top of other information, which is super cool. Now there are some other uses for this hovering functionality. And let's change the keyboard. So let's go to they were showing the website Porsche.com. Because if you go to the web version, there's a problem, right? And this is a problem inherent to all mobile devices. All of these are hover menus that you can only use if you are on a desktop computer. But as you probably have guessed, if you hover the S Pen over there, you get that full desktop experience, which is something I've never really seen before, and it's really useful to be able to actually interact fully. And this happens a lot in restaurant websites or really flash-based content where there's some sort of gallery or something that you need to hover your mouse on, and now you can do it nicely with the S Pen. And of course, we have the other Jelly Bean features like Google Now is here. We've got Project Butter, so everything is quite smooth. It feels nice. There's a lot to this phone. There's a lot Samsung has done to really increase the usability of the S Pen, and we're going to have full coverage on this device and talk about all of those little things that it does, because right now I'm just going off of memory, and there are many other things that this thing can do. We're also going to have a full comparison in the future with the Galaxy Note. So again, we'll be back soon with more. That's it for now.
So again, we're going to have a lot more coming up on the Galaxy Note 2 once it's for sale, once we get one here in our controlled Pocket Now.